Hey there, Tamir from Fibonaccis.com here, special edition midday market recap for April 17th. It's 12:01 a.m. China time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Hi, say hi, don't be shy, let me know where are you from watching this. Super excited. So, how is your trading day going so far? We will do a quick market recap. As you can see, SPY's 0.4% to the downside at the daily. This is how it looks. And the 2 hours breaking below the 502. Now the 501 needs to hold, otherwise 596. And here we have the 597.50 gap is waiting to get filled. This is how it looks. SPY at the 65 minutes breaking down another each and every candle that goes by. We are heading south. QQQ 0.8% almost to the downside. Same thing, bearish on all time frames. 2 consecutive 65 minutes going to the downside. We have over here, as you can see, we have here a broadening formation that keeps on broadening to the downside. Broadening formation, for those who don't know, this is the only true formation that which price aggregates, moves, call it whatever you want, and here you have it live. You can see how price reacts and acts on all time frames according to Fibonacci. Dow Jones 0.27% to the downside. We have a doji, still a doji on this 65 minute candle. This is how it looks on the 2 hours. We have a doji on the 2 hours. This is how it looks on the daily. Yesterday we had an inside candle. Today we are breaking to the downside below the 376. We will see the 370 to the downside. Say hi, don't be shy, don't hang me. Hey, don't hang me here by myself. I do these lives for everyone to see broader point of view of price action. IWM continues to break to the downside with 0.6% for now, heading back to the 193 area. Below it, 191. This is how it looks on the 2 hours. Always zoom in, zoom out, get a better point of view of price action. You also have this table over here that shows you all the levels that you need for future price action and the sentiment on all time frames. Bearish on the 65, bearish on the 4 hours, bearish on the daily, bearish on the weekly. No bulls at sight for the IWM. Look at the daily. Below the 193, we are heading to the 190 and 188. Bitcoin crashing down. Bitcoin is now at the 61.58 on the 65 minutes. This is how it looks. Bitcoin on the 2 hours heading south as the day goes by, as the hours goes by. Bitcoin is going down. Next is the 58,740 and then 57, 55 and 52, and that's it. It's all over for Bitcoin. Look at the daily. We have been talking about this multi-top, triple top scenario since 2 weeks ago. We said there is a very strong resistance over here, which Bitcoin is struggling to break up and above. And now we are at the 60K, below the 60K, the same price action we saw over here. We will see back to the downside, back to the 52K area. Ethereum, same thing, all crypto land. In my opinion, this bull run is over. This cycle is over. 2 days or so for Bitcoin halving. Let's see how Bitcoin will react and how Bitcoin will drag the rest of the crypto land after. For now, it looks Ethereum now at the 29.20 on the 65 minutes. Next is the 27.97. This is how it looks on the 2 hours. Below the 29.20, you will see 27.94. And on Ethereum, on the daily, below the 29.20, you will see in my opinion, 2300 coming very, very quick. Hi Iris, thank you very much for joining. Now let's talk about Apple. Apple, relative strength to the rest of the market, going down only 0.4%. Now needs to hold on the 65 minutes. Look at this, needs to hold the 168, below it 165 and 162. This is how it looks on the 2 hours, bearish on all time frames. This is how Apple looks on the daily. For now we are inside candle, but breaking below yesterday's low, the 168.27, we will retest the 167.10 and then back to the downside. Continuation to the downside, 164, 160. AMD 3.5% to the downside, continue its way down and under. This is how AMD looks on the 65 minutes. Inside, you can draw a very nice downtrend channel. Look at this, downtrend channel until proven otherwise on the 65. This is how AMD looks, super bearish on the 2 hours, and this is how AMD looks on the daily. Overall, the whole market is just going down. AMD, since the peak of March, already lost, until now, 30.5% to the downside. Now heading towards this gap at the 149, below it, 138.90 to the downside. Nvidia another day, breaking to the downside, continuation to the downside. We've been talking about this downtrend on Nvidia in the past few days. This is how Nvidia looks on the 65 minutes. This is how it looks on the 2 hours. Downtrend on the 65, downtrend on the 2 hours below the 850. We will see 835 and 816. Downtrend continuation, and we will see on the daily this gap at the 822 getting filled. You know this gap. We have been talking about this gap in the past few days, few weeks, and we said that once Nvidia will break below the yellow zone, this gap will get filled pretty quick, because we know that more than 85, maybe 90% of all gaps will get filled. It's a matter of when, not a matter of if. So who is with me, ladies and gentlemen? Join me on this live. If I'll see more viewers, more likes, more subscribes, maybe we will do this each and every day, maybe 3 times a week, 4 times a week, maybe 5 times a week. I don't know. I'm just starting this midday market recap. Let's see how it goes. More viewers, more lives we will do. Let's go over and let's see. Next, we have Tesla on the 65 minutes, still very tight price action, 158 to the upside, 153.80 to the downside. This is how it looks on the 2 hours. Also sideways move on the daily, holding inside candle. Let's see, can we get this gap at the 161.30 getting filled? Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. If we will, first we need to close above this, the high of yesterday. We need to close above it, and then maybe tomorrow we will see something fell. Maybe my camera, let me adjust my camera, sorry for the inconvenience, but it's much better to see a full head and not half head. So we need to close above yesterday's highs, and then maybe tomorrow or Friday we will see this gap getting filled. PLTR continues its way to the downside. You know PLTR, you know my price prediction or anything else. Not price prediction, but my price analysis. We've been talking about the downtrend on PLTR since middle of March, and we said PLTR is looking super bearish, and as you can see, we have also the backup of this table. Now the 2120 needs to hold. Below it we will see 2012, below 2012 this gap at the 1780, 1790 will get filled. The only green one that I see for now is Shopify. Shopify looking pretty good on the 65 minutes. This is how it looks with a doji inside candle on the 2 hours, and this is how Shopify looks on the daily. For now, second day in a row with a doji. We need a daily close above the 71.20, and then we might get a bounce all the way to the 73.90, closing this gap over here. Thank you very much. Hi Ossi, hi Awesome, hi. Thank you very much for joining this midday market live special edition. Once again, SPY, sorry, 0.5% to the downside, 0.5. QQQ already almost 1% to the downside. Look at this at the 65 minutes. You see it live, how price reacts, and two Fibonacci levels, trend lines. It's all about Fibonacci and trend lines, ladies and gentlemen. Once you understand the in-depth relationship between candlestick analysis, trend lines, Fibonacci, in this case we have the FTI, this tool that I have developed after 7 years plus of experience. All my knowledge about trend lines, Fibonacci, sell, buy, managing risk, and multi-time frame point of view, everything just one click away, and it can be yours on the chart. Check the links in the description below. Dow Jones holding for now. Overall, look at the crude oil. Crude oil is just crashing to the downside. News or not news, crude oil for now 2.5% to the downside. On the daily, breaking below the yellow zone, we will see the 80-30 once again. Natural gas going down. Natural gas going to retest once again the 158, 160 area as support. Below it, you will see all this future support to the downside. Google with 0.5% to the upside, holding relative strength, but this is how Google looks on the 65 minutes. Opened with a gap up, then slowly closed the gap, now holding above the 155 area. Below it, we will see 153. Let's see, can Google hold the market by itself, because all the rest are just red. Google on the daily, holding above the yellow zone with a doji, indecision on Google. This is why we have mixed signals on this table, bearish, bullish. We have mixed signals. So once again, thank you. Look, before we wrap up, look at this 65 minutes on the Bitcoin doji of this Fibonacci support. Fibonacci support now needs to hold. Will not hold? It's all over. It's all over for Bitcoin and crypto. We will see this triple top going all the way back to the 51,800 area. So always keep your eyes on multi-time frames, and it doesn't matter what you trade. Keep your eyes on the SPY, keep your eyes on the QQQ, and then you will become a better trader, more professional trader. Check the links in the description below for more educational resources. So once again, thank you very much for joining this special live, special midday market review. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because 12 a.m. Eastern time, which is also around 7 a.m. Israel time, which is around 12 p.m. China time, I'm releasing 2 stock market daily recap, one in English, one in Hebrew. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, and until then, stay safe.